latest model of household robot from US Robots with new hypersteel. It's more durable than any other robot. The proof? Look at how these robots dent when hit with this ordinary rolling pin. Brand X. Brand Y. Brand Z. Now see how our model stands strong against the toughest assaults. US Robots. Working hard so you don't have to.
We're not the only ones with calculating machines. Yeah, ours may be positronic, that doesn't mean they're better. Okay, they're better. I don't know, I'm just on my way to ask her. Right, sir, I have to put the phone down to talk to her. Okay. Okay, here's the deal. Consolidated Robots approached us with a funny sort of proposition. Their thinking machine is broken, kaput. They sent over 5 tons of figures, equations, that sort of stuff. That's a problem, see, and they want an answer from the brain.
Why would we do that?
1 million for us if there is no solution, but we can tell them the missing factors. 2 million if there is a solution, plus cost of construction, plus quarter interest on all profits. And the problem concerns the development of an interstellar engine. Too much for the brain to handle?
No. There are no known limits to Isaac's capacity. It's a question of the robotic laws. If the problem involves the death or injury of humans and is combined with the extremely urgent demand that it be answered, it is just possible that Isaac could be presented with a dilemma. Something of the sort must have happened to Consolidated's machine.
Yeah, I don't know yet, sir.
A human caught in an impossibility often responds by a retreat from reality, by entry into a world of delusion, or by taking to drink, for example. For a robot, a dilemma at its mildest will disorder half its brain relays, and at its worst will burn out every positronic brain path past repair.
I see.
But Isaac is considerably different from Consolidated's machine.
That's the ticket.
Our own machine has a personality, a child's personality, so it is more resilient. Life isn't so serious, you might say. Here's what we're going to do. We will divide Consolidated's information into logical units. We will feed these units to Isaac singly and cautiously. When the unit that creates the dilemma enters, his childlike personality will hesitate. Its sense of judgment is not mature. There will be a perceptible interval in which it will recognize the dilemma, and in that interval, it will reject the unit automatically, before its brain paths can be set in motion and ruined.
You sure now?
There is no conceivable use in presenting the mathematics of this. I assure you it is as I say.
Right away.
I'll need some copies.
Okay, alright, here's what we're going to do. We'll divide the information into units. Feed them to the brain one at a time. Because it's technically a kid. Whoop! Okay, yeah, because he's technically a kid, he'll get confused. Yeah, and bam! We find out what the problem is, the brain is fine, we collect 1 million consolidated. Yeah, that is what she said. Just sign the contract, Dad.
How are you, Isaac?
Swell, Miss Susan. I'm gonna ask you something. I can tell. You always have a book in your hand and you're gonna ask me something.
Well, you're right, but not just yet. This is going to be a question, but it will be complicated. So we're going to give it to you in writing. But not just yet. I think I'll talk to you first.
I don't mind talking.
Now, Isaac, Mr. solution might involve
Gosh.
Now you watch for that. When you come to a sheet which means damage, even maybe death, don't get excited. You see, in this case, we don't mind. Not even about death. We don't mind at all. So when you come to that sheet, just stop, give it back, and that will be all. You understand?
Oh, sure. By golly, the death of humans. Oh my.
Did you know you need a code for the copy room? Bloody copybot.
Now, Isaac, remember what I said. You don't have to stay, you know. It's past office hours.
Exactly, where else would I be?
Something's wrong.
Is it dead?
Isaac! Do you hear me, Isaac?
Did you want me?
The solution.
Oh, that. I can do it. I'll build you a whole ship just as easy if you let me have the robots. Oh, please, can I have the robots? A nice ship. It'll take 2 months, maybe?
There's no difficulty?
Took long to figure.
I can't understand it. The information as given must involve a dilemma. Probably involves death. If something's gone wrong.
It talks and makes sense. There can't be a dilemma.
There are dilemmas. Dilemmas. There are different forms of escape. Suppose Isaac is only mildly caught. Just badly enough, say, to be suffering from the delusion that he can solve the problem when he can't, or...
Suppose there is no dilemma. Suppose Consolidated's machine broke down over a different question or for purely mechanical reasons.
But even so, we mustn't take chances. Listen, from now on, no one is to as much as breathe to Isaac. I'm taking over.
Okay, take over then. Meanwhile, we'll let the brain build its ship. When it does build it, we'll have to test it.
We'll need our top field men for that.
Okay. If 1.5 chickens lays 1.5 eggs in 1.5 days, how many eggs will 9 chickens lay in 9 days?
54.
See?
Half a chicken.
Cut it, Mike. It's a peculiar, overripe flavor to your humor at its freshest. The confined atmosphere here isn't helping it.
Well, listen. I'm not concerned so much with our cast iron genius here in his tin ship. There's the matter of my lost leave. And the monotony. There's nothing here but numbers and figures. The wrong kind of figures. Why do they give us these kinds of jobs?
Because we're no loss if they lose us. Relax.
The robots have stopped. Not one has moved today.
It's completed then.
Definitely.
How can I tell? It seems done. There are no spare pieces about, and the interior's down to a gleaming finish.
Oh, you've been inside.
Just in and out. I'm no space pilot. Do either of you two know much about engine theory?
I've got my license, sir.
The last reading didn't say anything about hyper engines or warp navigation. It was just the usual child's play in 3 dimensions.
Well, we have our engine men.
Sir, is the ship still restricted ground?
I suppose not. At least for you two anyway.
Oh, I'd like to see him crash a ship. Come on. exit? Or sleep? Hey, look at that.
So what do you think of it?
Well, for my money, the brain has brain fever. Let's get out of here.
Sure you don't want to look it over a bit?
I have looked it over. Greg, I came. I saw. I'm through. Let's get out of here. I quit my job 5 seconds ago, and this is a restricted area for non-personnel.
Mike, turn off that adrenaline tap you've got draining into your bloodstream. I was worried too, but no more.
No more? Why no more? You increase your insurance?
Mike, this ship can't fly.
How do you know?
Well, we've been through the entire ship, haven't we?
Yes, it seems we have.
Take my word for it. Did you see any navigation equipment besides this one gauge here in parsecs? Did you see any controls?
No.
And do you see any engines?
Holy Joe. No!
Well then, let's break the news to Levin, Mike.
Did you lock this thing, Greg?
No, I never touched it.
Well, I don't see an exit. If something's gone wrong, they'll have to melt us out.
Yes. Then we'll have to wait till they find out that some fool has locked us in here.
Ah, the port. It's the only point from which we might attract attention.
Well, Susan, we've come pretty far. And Robert Sr. is getting jumpy. What are you doing with the brain?
It's no use getting impatient. Isaac is worth more than anything we forfeit on this deal.
But you've been questioning it for 2 months.
You'd rather run this yourself.
No, you know what I meant.
Oh, I suppose I do. It isn't easy. I've been pampering it and probing it, and I haven't gotten anywhere yet. Its reactions are normal. Its answers are clear somehow. But nothing I can put my finger on yet. And you see, until we know what's wrong, we must just tiptoe our way through. I can never tell what simple question or remark will just push it over. And then, well, we'll have on our hands a completely useless brain. Do you want to face that?
Well, it can't break the first law.
I would have thought so, but...
You're not even sure of that?
Oh, I can't be sure of anything, Robert.
Susan? The ship is gone.
What?
I sent Powell and Donovan in there half an hour ago.
Isaac? What's happened to the ship?
The ship I built, Miss Susan?
Yes, Isaac? What's happened to it?
Why, nothing at all. The 2 men that were supposed to test it were inside, and we were all set, so I sent it off.
Well, that's nice. You think they'll be all right?
Right as anything, Miss Susan. I've taken care of it all. It's a beautiful ship.
Yes, Isaac, it is beautiful. You think they'll have enough food, don't you? They'll be comfortable?
Plenty of food.
This business might be a bit of a shock to them. Unexpected, you know.
They'll be all right. That'll be interesting for them.
Interesting? How?
Just interesting.
Susan, ask him if death comes into it. Ask him what the dangers are.
We can communicate with the ship, can't we, Isaac?
They can hear you if you call by radio. I've taken care of that.
Thanks. That's all for now.
Great galaxy, Susan. If this gets out, it'll ruin all of us. We have got to get those men back. Why didn't you ask it if there's any danger of death straight out?
Because that's exactly what I can't ask it. the dilemma. It's about death. Anything that might bring it up badly might knock it completely out. Will we be better off then?
Okay, look. It said we could communicate with them. Let's do so, get their location, and bring them back.
They probably can't use the controls themselves. The brain is probably handling them remotely.
Mike, did you feel an acceleration?
Huh? No. No. Greg, they must have started up the ship with us in it. It's a put-up job, Greg. They fixed it up with a computer to jerry us into being the tryout boys just in case we were thinking of backing out.
What are you talking about? What's the good of sending us out if we don't know how to run the machine? How are we supposed to bring it back? No. This ship left by itself and without any apparent acceleration. Mike. This is the most confusing situation we've ever been up against.
That is news to me. I was just beginning to have a real swell time when you told me.
No acceleration. Which means this ship works on a principle different from any known.
Well, different any known to us.
Different from any known. There are no engines within reach of manual control. Maybe they're built into the walls. Maybe that's why they're thick as they are.
What are you mumbling about?
Why don't you listen? I'm saying that whatever powers this ship is enclosed and evidently not meant to be handled. This ship is running by remote control.
The brain's control.
Why not?
So you think we're gonna stay out here until the brain decides to bring us back?
Maybe. If so, let's wait quietly. The brain is a robot. It has to follow the first law. It can't harm a human being.
You figure that? Listen, this junk about the space warp knocked out Consolidated's robot, and that paper pusher says that it's because interstellar travel kills humans. Which robot are you gonna trust? Ours had the same data!
Don't pretend you don't know your robotics, Mike, before it's physically possible in any way for a robot to even make a start to breaking the first law. So many things have to break down and be a ruined mess of scrap 10 times over. No, there's some simple explanation for all this.
Oh, sure. Sure, just have the butler send it to me in the morning. It's all too simple for me to bother about before my beauty nap.
Now, Jupiter, Mike. What you complained about so far? The brain is taking care of us. This place is warm, it's got light, it's got air. There wasn't even enough of an acceleration jar to mush your hair that were smooth enough to be mussable in the first place.
Yeah? Greg, what do we eat? What do we drink? Where are we? How do we get back? And in case of an emergency, to what exit do we run? I haven't even seen a bathroom in this place. Where's that coming from?
I don't know. Where does the light come from? Where does anything come from?
How do we answer?
Shout an answer.
Position unknown! Ship out of control! Condition desperate! They can't hear us. There's no sending mechanism, just a receiver.
Let's look through the ship again. There must be something to eat somewhere. Food. It wasn't there before. It appeared when I turned around. Grab a can, Mike.
What's the menu?
I don't know. Are you finicky?
No, but all I eat on ships are beans. Something else would be my first choice. Beans.
Better eat that, sonny boy. Supplies are limited, and we may be here a long, long time.
All we have is beans?
Could be.
Oh, what's to drink?
Milk.
Just milk?
Looks like everything automatic. Everything just so. Never felt so helpless in my life. Excuse me.
Oh. Finished?
Yes.
More milk?
They won't answer. I've tried every wavelength. Public, private, coded, straight. Even the sub-ether stuff we have now. The brain still won't say anything?
It won't amplify on the matter. It says they can hear us, and when I try to press it, it becomes sullen. And it's not supposed to.
Who ever heard of a sullen robot?
It admits it controls the ship itself entirely. It is definitely optimistic about their safety, but without details. Its disturbance seems to be about the interstellar jump itself. I don't dare press it on the matter.
The interstellar jump.
Mm-hmm.
The figures for the engine the brain gave us.
I've been doing the wrong math. I've been too focused on Isaac. Look! The interstellar jump is not instantaneous. Not as long as the speed of light is finite. Matter and energy as such can't exist in the space warp. That's it. That's what killed Consolidated's robot.
What's it?
At the speed of the interstellar jump, life can't exist.
What do we do?
Isaac laughed. He laughed. If he is hysteric, I drop the subject immediately. I hope I did no harm. I can handle hysteria. If I can bring him back to normal, he will bring back the ship.
Only 5 days. Only 5 days, I'm sure of it. I need a bath.
So do I. You needn't feel self-conscious. Unless you want to bathe in milk.
Well, we'll do without drinking eventually, anyway. Greg, when does this interstellar travel come in?
You tell me. Maybe we just keep going. No, we get there eventually. Or at least the dust of our skeletons would. Isn't our death the whole point of the brain's original breakdown?
Greg, I've been thinking. It's pretty bad. There's nothing much to do here but spin around and talk to yourself. You know those stories about guys marooned in space? They go nuts long before they starve. I don't know, Greg, but ever since the lights went on, I feel funny. There's a pounding in me. Everything is tense. It's hard to breathe. I can't stand still any longer!
Do you feel vibration?
How do you mean?
Sit down for a minute and listen. You can't hear it, but you can feel it, as if something's throbbing somewhere, and it's throbbing the entire ship, and you too along with it. Listen.
Yeah. What do you think it is, Greg? You don't suppose it's us?
It might be. Or it might be the ship's engines. They might be getting ready.
Ready for what?
For the interstellar jump. It may be coming, and the devil knows what it's like.
Well, if it is coming, let it! Oh, but I wish we could fight! It's humiliating having to wait for it. 6 days, I'm sure of it!
Feel the wall, Mike.
You can feel it shake, Greg.
Is your confidence that infantry lightning? Why not try and organize cadavers extendable casket? Scientifically designed to fit the natural curves of the body and are enriched with vitamin B1. Use cadavers caskets for comfort. Remember, you're going to be dead a long, long time.
Mind. The branch of metaphysics which concerns itself with properties of the nature of existence of beings. Imagine a range of entropy can be calculated only for a reversible entropy changes for actual or irreversible postulating equivalent to the genetics cook on. The entropy of the system is never a good thing the total entropy of any isolated system can never decrease as it changes. It must either increase, or remain constant, reversible gases and shows. It has much the same structural tension in the sense that the entropy of the universe, therefore, as the day has increased, giving breastbone, tending toward cleaning up the house. 2. Washing the baby's diapers, Sarah Boyle. Shoes and breakfast time at the Boyle's house of laboratories. The children demand sugar frosted flakes. 14. Cleaning up the house. 2. Washing the baby's diapers. Wild script Florida Rivera of Uncle Thieves in Ohio. Diagonals of a child. Pictures. 5. If one can imagine
Hurry, hurry,
as
hurry! Do your bones and don't keep us waiting. There are many more in line. Have your certificates ready. And make sure Peter's released the camera off. See if you're at the proper entrance gate. There will be plenty of fire for all. Hey, take your place in line.
The nitrogen the exchange on Earth. The sweet breath of the universe. On the wall by the washing machine are yin and yang. They're tiggerific, says mandalics, but not very flat. Many young wives feel trapped. There's one who and she can choose to let 11. Cleaning up the house. Cleaning up the kitchen. Sarah Boyle puts the bowls, plates, glasses, and silverware into the sink. She scrubs at the stickiness on the yellow marble table. Sometimes she numbers synthetic sponge, a specialty which we shall see again. Sometimes she numbers or letters children's hands in various sizes, writing to the library and ground on all the notice and horns. There are 800. The marks catch the light. They appear and disappear according to the position and stiffness of the eye. Sometimes she numbers with a triangular half of toast spread with grape jelly, bobby pins. There are a green band-aid, flakes. There are a doll's eye, dust, dog's hair, and buttocks. Considering only this shrunken communication, can we ever postulate a separate culture? Viewing the metastasis of Western culture seems progressively less comforted of the Sarah Boyle. 16. On the door of the bedroom are written 2 Stepping over and down
Mike? Were you dead?
I felt dead. Are we alive now? Or is there more?
I feel alive. Did you hear anything when you were dead?
Did you?
Yes. Did you hear about Jelly in California and Sarah Boyle? Did you?
One voice. Soft. Rough as a file over the fingertips. It was a sermon about hellfire. He described the tortures of... I heard a sermon like that once before. Almost.
Mike, look at the light. It's blue. 300,000 parsecs. Mike, if that's true, we must be out of the galaxy altogether.
We would be the first man out of the solar system.
Yes. That's just it. We've escaped the sun. We've escaped the galaxy. Mike, this ship is the answer. It means freedom for all humanity. Freedom to spread through to... every star that exists. Millions and billions and trillions of them.
But how do we get back?
Oh, that's all right. The ship brought us here. The ship will take us back. Me for more beans.
Wait a minute, Greg. If the ship takes us back the same way it brought us here, that means we'll have to die again.
Well, at least it isn't very permanent.
Now, Isaac, there's just one more thing. And you must make a special initial effort to answer very simply. Have you been entirely clear about the interstellar jump? I mean, does it take them very far?
Well, as far as they want to go. Golly, it isn't any trick through the warp.
And on the other side, what will they see?
Stars and stuff? What do you suppose?
They'll be alive then?
Sure.
And the interstellar jump won't hurt them. Isaac. Do you hear me, Isaac?
Do I have to answer about the jump, I mean?
Not if you don't want to, but it would be interesting if you wanted to, I mean.
Oh, you spoil everything.
He's a kid. It's alright!
It's alright,
It's alright!
I don't get it.
Oh. No! You must leave me alone now. The ship will be back safely with the men, and I want to rest. I will rest. Now go away.
But
Where's the nearest shower?
Hey, fellas. Nice trip.
Oh, strictly speaking, this was my fault. All of it.
come now, fellas, have a seat. Coffee?
Yes, please, thank you.
You know you guys gotta bankrupt this company through overtime compensation.
What happened?
Well, when we first presented this problem to the AI bot, I went to great lengths to impress upon it the importance of rejecting any item of information capable of creating a dilemma. In doing so, I said something like, "Don't get excited about the death of humans. We don't mind it at all. Just give the sheep back and forget it."
So...
Well, when that item entered its calculations, which yielded the equation controlling the length of minimum interval for the interstellar jump, it meant death for humans. That's where Consolidated's machine broke down completely, but I had depressed the importance of death to Isaac, not entirely, for the first law can never be broken, but just sufficiently so it would take a second look at the equation. Sufficiently to give it time to realize that after the interval was passed through, the two men would return to life, just as the matter and energy of the ship would return to being. So it accepted the item, but not without a certain jar. The imbalance was only ever so slight because the so-called death was a strictly temporary phenomenon, you see? He became a practical joker. It's an escape, a method of partial escape from reality. He developed a sense of humor.
What?
Excuse me?
He took care of you and kept you safe, but you couldn't handle any controls. We could reach you by radio, but you couldn't answer. You had plenty of food, but all of it milk and beans. And then you died, so to speak, and were reborn. But the purity of your death was made, well, interesting. Oh, I wish I knew how he did it. He meant no harm.
No harm? Oh, if only the cute little tie cat and neck.
Okay, all right. It's been a mess, but it's all over. Obviously, we will have to improve the space warp engine. I mean, there must be a way to jump that interval of jump. I mean, if there is, we're the only organization with a personality. Prankster bot. So we're bound to find it if anyone can, right?
And then US Robots has interstellar travel. Humanity has the opportunity for a galactic empire.
What about Consolidated?
Well, they wanted an answer. They got one. Just give them that ship, guaranteed. And
US robots can collect $2 million plus construction costs, and if they test it,
well, then you can just let Isaac have a little more fun.
Was it really so terrible?
Yes. And no. You might like it, actually.
I am sorry for what you went through, but thanks to you with this new technology, we are on the forefront of a new era. We will go down in history as being on the edge of the golden age of science.
Oh, Miss Susan.